Hi, it's Mel from Soul Echo Insights. I was just going through some of the messages and comments we've gotten, and people like to share their disbelief in what it is that I have the ability to feel and see and hear. And I'm here to say I disbelieve it also often too. I I don't know that any of this is true. I don't know that any of it is real. I don't know I don't know anything. I'm going to be the first to tell you that it may all be a big pile of bullshit. But what I do know is true is when I can see, hear, and feel things and have the person that we're getting this information for then collaborate with something that is seen that I could not know. There was a time, Annie, when we were first getting started, this was an accident. I've been meditating for years. I had my spiritual awakening 12, 15 years ago now. I don't know. It's been a long time. But when I first tapped in, it was an accident. It was a friend of mine. And all I was doing was going to help him meditate to feel a little bit better. Life can be really hard. And unfortunately, so we were just sitting at my pizza shop I owned then. And I did a meditation with him. And all of a sudden, I saw something. I knew it wasn't me. I knew it was him. I knew it wasn't him right now. And I started to say things that I didn't know. And I was flabbergasted, like beyond flabbergasted. And then later I said to my friend Annie, who she does the dowsing rods on here, let me see if we can do this on purpose. That was an accident. So we did it on purpose. We called one day. She doesn't even live in my state. So we got on the phone one day and I sort of tried to look in, follow my breath in, and then I've got this little process that I do, right? And I'm going on. Annie and I have been friends for 25 years. The best of friends. I know tons about her life. She knows tons about mine. Probably not everything, but we know tons about each other. And so a lot of the stuff I kept saying things like, I already know that though. And then I kept hearing, even if you already know it, it doesn't mean it's not true. Oh yeah, okay, keep going. So we're just doing it for fun. Not because we were trying to do anything, because I found it fascinating, felt kind of incredible. And then there was a moment that I said something. I didn't say it. It came out of my mouth. Something about an experience of a family member of hers that I know nothing about. We never talked about it. She said it wasn't even talked about in her family, really. But she said, Mel, you're wrong. You're wrong. What you just said is wrong. And I was like, well, then it is what it is. That's what I heard. I heard a number 13. I heard it as clear as day. I heard it like I heard it. I don't know. What do I know? And it wasn't until, this was before Thanksgiving of last year, and her family went to her house for Thanksgiving that year, and something was said, and Annie said, I went to clarify because I'd heard something that you said that I thought was different. And so she said, I said, wait, what? I thought it was, and this person said, no, it was 13. I was 13 when that happened. And she called me immediately. She's like, you're not going to believe this. And I'm like, I don't. And so here's, I guess, the whole point. I don't know. But I know there's stuff that I know. Another time when she got the rods and she was working with the rods. So we both had our spiritual awakening at the same time. She got the rods. She was working with the rods. And she was able to use them sort of like a pendulum, and they would spell out words. And so in real life, because, you know, all this has given me is, I don't want to go there. But anyway, in real life, the pendulum spelled out a word. She didn't tell me what the word is. See, she keeps secrets from me on purpose. And to be honest, so do some of my other friends now. They don't tell me everything, because if I'm looking to practice or if they want more information, they wait to see what I see and I hear before they'll tell me. So my friends now keep secrets on purpose. So anyway, so she kept the secret from me, and she's like, Mel, I want to go in, I want to do a thing, and I want to see what you get. All right. We do this to each other often. We are often, which is the reason why I do what I do and she does what she does with the rods. Because there are times, like when we did a reading for a friend the other day, they were like, no. And I was like, oh, all right. I will be the first to say, I don't know that I'm right. I'll be the first to say, I don't know that any of this is true. I'll be the first to say, there's no need to believe me. There's none. There isn't any. But this particular day, Annie kept this information for me. I went in and she said, I'm going to say a word. I said, all right. It was a word I'd never heard before. And all of a sudden, in my mind's eye, I was brought to a map of the world. And so I'm describing to her, I'm like, well, I'm looking down at like a flat map of the world. Like if you had, you know, like the school book thing. We've got this gigantic map my mother-in-law has at our house. Now I'm honing in on an area. I'm describing to her the shape of this area because I didn't even know what it was. I mean, I am not a geography master. I did not even know where I was. All I knew was I could describe it to her. It felt sandy and gritty. It felt hot and dusty. And then I said, but I'm sort of like nearish to the water. There's land between me and the water, but I think I'm a city. I think I'm in this space. And I could see it in my head. I could see it as clear as day. But I didn't know where I was because I didn't know where I was. I did not know what country I was in. I could describe the shape of it, but I didn't know the name of it. Anyway, so she's laughing and I'm like, well, you obviously already know. And she's like, yeah, I've got the map right here. Like I'm looking at it on the Google Maps. It is a city. And she goes, and now can we ask what this city, why they gave me the name of this city? And then we went into, and apparently, again, what do I know? I don't know. I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I don't know. I'm still human. My business just failed. Like when I say things to people like, this is what I do, they're like, and your life is a real big fucking pile of shit right now. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm bawling almost all the time. I'm so much going through. I've actually just found the glimpses of joy again. Like I'm just getting back to some joy. But you're right. My life is nothing to be modeled after. And here's what I'll say. I think that's on purpose. I think I've gone through some really hard stuff, as probably most people have. But I now can say, I think it's so that I have built up some real compassion and some real empathy. And if there is anything that I can see for another human that may be bizarre, but helps them feel better, helps them move through their life with greater ease, I don't know that my life will ever get better. And I mean better, like easier. Less, are you fucking kidding me again? Mel's bawling again. Mel's in a state of despair again. Oh, shit. I mean, if I can help someone, awesome. It's not something I can see for myself, mostly. Every now and then I'll get a glimpse. Feels like for me, September is supposed to be like me sitting on a porch swing, which is like one of my favorite places to be, which feels really good. We'll see if September feels like that. They said my July was going to be so horrible. It was. They said my August wasn't going to feel much better. It didn't. But who are they, right? But I got the sense that September should be feeling like I'm sitting on a porch swing. And I will tell you, maybe it is like, what do they call it? The placebo? Maybe I'm making it all up in my head. Fuck, I don't care. I don't care. Maybe I am. Maybe I've lost all of my marbles. I'm already medicated. I already see a therapist. It's fine. But maybe I have. But maybe, like some of the people that we've done this for, friends and strangers, because then we started working with strangers, maybe they'll get some help out of it. Maybe they'll get some ease out of it. Maybe life doesn't always have to be this motherfucking hard. And for that, I'm grateful, regardless of if this is true. So, I guess I don't need anyone to believe me. Mostly, I hardly believe me. Some of the stuff I've seen, who would fucking believe me? My kids don't believe me. Hey.
Ernie took your glasses.
Ernie took my glasses.